Shimmy Shimmy. It's a Tiny Rebel birthday beer. It's a New England IPA, Rocker's favourite style of beer. And you know what? This artwork, I think, is cracking and reminds me of Eddie Van Halen's Frankenstein guitar. But can it be as eye-watering amazing as one of Eddie's solos? Check out the review to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing this beer from Tiny Rebel. It's called Shimmy Shimmy. It's a New England IPA coming in at 6.9%. And that's about all we really know about it. We don't know what hops are in it. We do like the artwork. I like the artwork. As I said, these are sort of obviously, I think, are they? I don't even think they are Converse. They're like basketball boots, really. I don't think they're Converse type. But this red and white sort of pattern reminds me of Eddie Van Halen, one of my favourite guitarists. He's got a guitar that he's had styled that's called a Frankenstein guitar, and it's got this red and white sort of colouring on it. And when I saw this on the shelves in my local beer shop, this is Chester Wine and Beer, I looked at it and thought, oh, that looks like Eddie Van Halen. I wonder if it's a tribute to him. It doesn't say anything about it. I couldn't find anything online about it in terms of that. So I just think it's just a random thing. But as I said, this is part of Tiny Rebel's birthday beers. It's a big can. Cost me about it cost me just over a £5, so it's quite expensive. All I hope is it's going to be better than the bubblegum beer that we just had. I literally had, for you guys, you probably saw that yesterday. It's obviously the video that came before this one. It's literally been minutes since I drank it. And I drank a bit of it and poured it all away. And I thought, I've got to drink more beer. I'm recording this on a Friday night. Friday night's my beer night. I usually do quite a few reviews on a Friday and a Saturday. And I thought, this is going to ruin my evening. I've got to have something better. And I was almost tempted to avoid this because obviously it's Tiny Rebel. And I was sort of thinking, oh, the last one was Tiny Rebel. And this is a birthday beer. It's about 6.9%. Ooh, maybe I should just have, a Pilsner or, an Audi lager just to sort of wash the palate. Well, what I have had is a spicy peanut, or I say one. I've had a few. I've had a handful of spicy peanuts just to get away from that bubblegum flavour. So hopefully that's all gone. This is a New England IPA. I love New England IPAs. Can Tiny Rebel give me a New England IPA that's good? Usually they're good. Usually New England IPA is consistently good. Yes, some are better than others, but I'm whittling on now. I want to drink this beer. I want to have something that's good. I just hope it's better than that bubblegum one. That's all I hope. That's all I wish for. So I've poured it out a bit quick, but beer in a glass. Yeah, I mean, for a New England IPA, there's a cloudiness to it, but it's not as yellowy custardy. It's almost like it's just got a slight cloudiness, a slight haze to it, almost like a pale ale. We've got 2 fingers there of it's almost nearly 3 fingers of a very white, fluffy head. I'm starting to get a little nervous because usually I expect it a bit thicker. 6.9%, I expect it a bit thicker. That looks quite thin to me. Let's get some aromas. Yeah, it certainly smells like a New England IPA. Big pineapple sort of aromas. Then you've got a bit of citrus in there. Grapefruit. Yeah, I mean, almost the grapefruit actually is more overpowering than the pineapple. I thought I was getting pineapple, but as soon as I sort of smelt that, this big sort of grapefruit aroma, and a very pink grapefruit sort of aroma. Smells pretty good. I'm sure it's going to be a lot more refreshing than the last beer, but let's see what it's like. Cheers, everyone. Well, actually, the big flavour straight away is pineapple. I'm waiting for it to develop a little bit more. Yeah, it's nearly all pineapple. There's a sort of lemony, sort of citrus flavour as well. I'm not getting the grapefruit. Considering the aroma, there was a lot of grapefruit. I'm getting it a little bit now, actually. Definitely grapefruit on the back end, and it's a real pink grapefruit flavour, opposed to a standard sort of yellowy grapefruit. Real pink grapefruit. Slightly sweeter. I think the merging of the pineapple flavour bit of lemon. It's almost a little bit of, I wonder if there's got a bit of Sabro in it actually, because there's almost like a sort of a slight pina colada sort of flavour with the sort of pineapple and a sort of creamy sort of coconut and lime sort of flavour, which is very, very, you know, you can't, one thing about Sabro hop is that you know when you've had a Sabro hop, because you've got that pineapple, big strong pineapple, then this lime and coconut sort of flavour. Yeah, I mean, and it tastes a little bit strong. In terms of the mouthfeel though, what I'm quite surprised at, considering it's 6.9%, is it's very light. It's a very, very light beer. The carbonation is probably low to middle, really. I wouldn't say it was really soft, but there is certainly got more soft than it is sort of like fizzy, as it were, more than carbonation. But it does taste really light. And for a 6.9% New England IPA, I'm quite surprised how sort of light it tastes. The flavour, you're getting a sort of slight creaminess in the flavour, but it's very sort of light, and you just want to, it makes it very easy to drink. It drinks a lot lower than its 6.9%. It's not bad at all. Certainly 100 times better than the Bubblegum Tiny Rebel beer. But where does it fit in terms of New England IPAs? I think the lightness of it, although different and not necessarily bad, is not what I want from a New England IPA. I like that more sort of real soft, almost sort of slightly chewy body, but I'm getting almost like a pale ale type of body for this beer. I'm really convinced now that there's Sabro in this. I don't know if there's Sabro, because there is that sort of sweet sort of coconut and lime on the pineapple, and the pineapple is quite big. You get a subtleness of grapefruit in on the back end, and it's a real pink grapefruit, and it's subtle because some mouthfuls you're getting it more and some you're not getting it, so it's quite interesting. Not bad. Is it the best New England IPA I've ever had? No, it's not, but it's not bad. But let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Shimmy Shimmy by Tiny Rebel. Cracking artwork, 6.9%. It's a New England IPA, and it's quite a different New England IPA. As I said, I'm convinced it's got Sabro hop. If anyone's tried it, everyone had this, anyone that's got better internet than I have, or better search ability, does this have Sabro in it? Because to me, I'm sure I'm getting hints of Sabro in there. First things first, Aroma. So the Aroma was a big, big pineapple, very reminiscent of Sabro sort of hop. But there was also, the Aroma was quite interesting because it had a big pineapple, but then almost sort of immediately after smelling the pineapple, it had a huge grapefruit aroma. And the aroma of grapefruit is a lot more than the actual flavour. The flavour is there of grapefruit, but the aroma was really strong. But I think grapefruit is a nice aroma. It's really sort of fresh, really sort of gets those taste buds going. So I think it's a good aroma. I'm giving it 14 for aroma. Appearance, well, I think I'm a little bit disappointed because of the body. I mean, it's quite, for a New England IPA, that is not as custardy as I like it really. It's yellowy, but there's a haze there, but it's a very subtle sort of haze. It's almost like the sort of haze you would expect from a pale ale, really. So I'm knocking it back a bit. 7 out of 10 for appearance. Flavour-wise, well, it's a really nice flavour. It's very light. For a 6.9% New England IPA, it's very light. The mouthfeel is quite, it's interesting to describe because it's so light. You don't know, usually when it's a bit more medium in terms of its body, you get that softness of the carbonation. The carbonation is still soft, but it just is very light. It's almost like it makes it very easy to drink, and it drinks a lot lower than its 6.9%. You get a nice pineapple aroma, then there's a citrusy sort of flavour in there. I'm sure I'm getting little pangs of sort of sweet coconut in there, bit of lime as well with the citrus, and then it's sort of rounded off almost little pockets of sort of pink grapefruit. Sometimes you taste them and they're quite strong, and sometimes you don't, which is always weird. You know, it's not as though they come and go. They're just like, well, that mouthful I got real strong grapefruit, and that mouthful I didn't get so many. So that's an interesting one for me. I don't know if it's not common. Normally every mouthful would taste the same. I'm going to go over again. I'm getting it that time. I'm getting those, you know, I keep going on about it because I think, oh, I know I've drank this beer and I can tell you I think I can tell you the hop because it doesn't tell me on the can. I think it's got Sabro in it. I'm really sure now because that time I got pineapple, coconut, then a bit of grapefruit. And it was, you know, they came quite quickly, but it was really nice flavour. I'm giving it 33. It's very light though. So be wary if you buy a few of these because you could drink these down really quickly and then suddenly the 6.9% could kick in and you could be in all kinds of trouble. 33 for flavour. Value for money, well, it's part of the Tiny Rebels birthday beers. I bought it from my local bottle shop, Chester Beer and Wine, and it was about £5. Not the cheapest beer, so I'm giving it 7 out of 10. But it is nice and it's 6.9%. And I love the artwork because it makes me remind me of Eddie Van Halen. And it makes me want to sort of enjoy the rest of the beer while listening to 5150 by Van Halen. And then my overall experience of it. So, did I say, yeah, 7 out of 10 for value. Overall experience, I think it's a really good beer. It's very easy drinking. It's got those nice pineapple, coconut, lime, lemon, with a bit of grapefruit on the back end. I do like the fact that you drink it first in, you get those sort of pineapple and coconut. And if there was just that, it would probably not be as great. But then you get this sort of grapefruit that sort of just comes in and it just rounds off the beer, makes it very drinkable. It's almost like it makes you think, well, I've had that real sharpness now and real dryness. It's quite dry in the throat and it makes you want to drink it again. And I love beer that makes you want to drink more of it. I think that's really good. So my overall experience, 14 for this one. So we top those scores up. We get a solid, if not overly incredible, 75. I mean, obviously a lot better than the Bubblicious one. 75 is a recommended beer. It's a Whitesnake beer. Unfortunately, even though the can looks Van Halen, it's not quite the Van Halen of beers, but it's still pretty good. So I'm going to slide this one in, slow and easy. And until the next one, keep on rocking.